Best Havapoo Dog Breed Guide. What do you get when you mix a standard poodle with the Cuban national dog, aka the Havanese? Well, you get one of the mellowest and attentive family dogs on the planet. That's what. This mixed breed is often referred to as a Havapoo, which is what we will be calling it for simplicity's sake, but it is also sometimes called a Havadoodle or a Havanoodle as well. Owning a dog like this is not just a fulfilling experience, but it is also a pretty unique one for many dog owners, which is why we thought creating this guide might be helpful. We'll be covering how to best take care of these dogs, the unique responsibilities and opportunities they provide, and basically just giving you a better idea of what owning a Havapoo would be like. Enjoy! Havapoo Characteristics. Owning a Havapoo is a lot like owning other Doodle breeds in that they have a lot of energy and personality to them, which is mainly why Doodles have become as popular as they have. Your typical Havapoo is pretty small, at only around 8 to 15 inches on average, putting it right in the range of your classic lapdog. They also only weigh between 7 and 30 pounds when they reach adulthood, and so you can easily pick up this dog in the case you might have to. Unlike your typical small dog, though, the Havapoo tends to be very affectionate and grows incredibly attached to their owners. This dog has a big heart and is at its happiest when it's right by its owner's side, even if it's just riding along in the car or running errands with you. We know that lifespan is incredibly important when discussing dog breeds, as people want to know that they will have as much time with their furry companion as possible. Luckily, the Havapoo lives a slightly longer than average life as long as you properly take care of them. While the average lifespan of a dog is between 10 to 13 years, this dog will usually live anywhere from 12 to 15 years, and it has its solid genetics and relatively small stature to thank for that. Speaking of parents, origins and background. If you're at all familiar with the channel, then you probably already know a lot about the poodle, but let's quickly do a little rundown for those that may not be familiar. The poodle got its start in the 19th century, mainly operating as gun dogs for hunters. The dog was especially good at retrieving animals from water, and its strong swimming skills made it a popular breed in Europe as word spread fast. Over time, the poodle has become more of a show dog, but still has the high intelligence and energy levels needed all those years ago. The Havanese is perhaps not as popular of a dog, but it's something of a national icon for people living in Cuba, and was once a lapdog for the wealthy and powerful on the island nation. The country's pride for the dog is so obvious that the name Havanese actually originates from the Cuban city Havana. This animal isn't just beloved as an icon though, as they are renowned for their ability to bond to almost any human, no matter what kind of personality they may have. This is a very loving dog, and it passes down that loyalty and affection for their owner down to the Havapoo. Size info. The American Kennel Club classifies this dog as a toy size, since it has short legs and a pretty small body. This is also the definition of a lapdog, as they are never happier than when they are perched there. Because these dogs are so small, you should make sure that you do your research before purchasing one from a breeder, and if possible, you should ask to see records. Personality. The Havapoo inherits a lot of its great traits and characteristics from its parents, which is absolutely great news. These dogs are naturally friendly as well as curious and love to be around people, especially their owners. They also inherit a great IQ, which most poodle mixes seem to always end up with. This dog is a ball of fun in a lot of ways and is known to jump around and run all over the house when they are excited. Despite their playful demeanor, they are also always great family dogs, primarily because of how caring they can be. This animal will live on your lap if you let them, and they are almost always hanging right by their owner's side. If you want a dog that is going to really make you feel appreciated and loved, then the Havapoo should definitely be on your short list of contenders. It's worth pointing out that the Havapoo isn't just a bouncy and lovable companion, though, and some can actually be quite shy. If your Havapoo seems to be having an off day or isn't hanging around you as much as usual, don't take this as a slight or signal that something is wrong. These animals can be pretty shy sometimes, but it's usually just something that will pass with a bit of time. Since Havapoos are so smart, they tend to show their emotions a bit more than maybe you're used to if you have had different breeds of dogs in the past, but it isn't anything to freak out or panic over. Nutrition. Unlike bigger dogs, and even less than some small dogs, the typical Havapoo doesn't eat all that much. They have a small-bodied structure and don't really need a whole lot of nutrients to get through the day. As a dog owner, this is good news for your wallet, but it may be a little surprising at first if you are used to big eaters. Just because they don't eat as much doesn't mean that they won't need high-quality food, however, and it's really important that you feed your Havapoo well in order to avoid health issues or even malnourishment in extreme cases. Grooming. With the right kind of dog shampoo, you probably won't be washing your Havapoo more than once a month or so. You want to be careful not to overdo it too much, too, as too frequent bathing will drain the Havapoo's skin of its natural oils, leading to cracked or flaky skin. Since the Havapoo has curly hair, you're going to spend plenty of time brushing and combing them. This is where the bulk of your grooming time will be spent, as these dogs are going to need 1 or 2 brushing sessions a day at minimum to avoid knots or gnarls. Nails are also an area of focus here, and it's okay if it isn't something you're comfortable doing. If that's the case, then all you have to do is take your dog to a professional groomer, as they all have a lot of experience with that sort of thing. Training and exercise. Like most dogs, you should have some sort of daily routine for your Havapoo, as they need a fair bit of exercise in order to stay in shape. This plan should also include some combination of indoor and outdoor exercise too, as it will help make sure they are getting all of their energy out. Since Havapoos are smart animals, they may also require that you schedule games for them as well, or activities that test their mental abilities as much as their physical ones. When it comes to training, the Havapoo is a great pick, as they are very easy to teach. In fact, this is actually a good thing for them, as it helps to stimulate their learning and scratch that itch that pure exercise just can't. It's also worth noting that Havapoos respond best to encouragement, especially if it is coming from their owner, and so keep that in mind if it feels like their progress is slowing. Price. If you're looking to get a Havapoo for yourself, you should expect to buy somewhere between $1,800 to $5,000 for one. The price varies with supply, demand, and the reputation of the breeder, but anything lower than $1,800 and you are risking having to deal with health issues as the dog gets older. And that just about wraps up our Havapoo dog breed guide. We sure hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more Doodle goodness. We'll see you guys next time.